Hey everyone, it's Paul, and this week I am going to tell you about my favorite commodity. And no, this stands for goldfish, not gold, goldfish. All right, but to the business at hand. My favorite commodity for 2023 is, ta-da, it's lithium, lithium. And that sun is really coming through really hard. All right, but it's lithium. And in this video, I want to tell you about my number one way to play into lithium. All right, before I get going, I need to read disclaimer, which is that anything that you hear, see, understand from this video is opinion, information, engagement, might be entertainment for some of you, but it is not investment advice. So anything you choose to do with it, it's on you. Win, lose, gain, loss, buy, sell. It's your money. It's your responsibility. Okay. So we're going to put up a bunch of charts here quickly just to lay out the scenario. And then we're going to quickly go into what the opportunity is. Do want to say that if you like this video and you like these kinds of opportunities, which I refer to as opportunity growth and innovation, please check into subscriptions at atgdigital.media, link below. You can also test me out by reading my Substack, also link below. And of course, you can just support our channel by watching. All right, so lithium prices have gone up about 3x in the last, 8 to 10 years. Why? Well, if you're following Tesla, EVs, well, you can see, huge. EVs are going to go from essentially zero in terms of market share to 40% by 2030. That's a exponential rate of adoption. In 2010, EVs might not have even been 1%. So we're going to get to 40% in very quick time. So we're going to need the number one most important thing for EVs, which is lithium. But we have not built the infrastructure for lithium, as you can see. The lithium market, in terms of lithium producers, processors, is still in deficit. We just don't have enough of this material really to fund this massive growth that we know is coming as a result of the adoption of electric vehicles. Tesla is actually so concerned about lithium supply that they have actually gone and bought a lithium claim on something like 10,000 acres in Nevada. Elon Musk is on record as saying this, which is that he's talking about lithium processing and mining. It's basically like minting money right now. He's telling entrepreneurs, enter the lithium business, you can't lose. He said that like about a year ago as he was looking forward to the Tesla Semi and then the Cybertruck. They need a lot of lithium. Now, here's the opportunity, the best opportunity in my judgment, and Tesla's involved in this, which is that there is one company that has a quote unquote secret deal to supply Tesla. All right, so it's not like, in secret where they haven't disclosed it. It's just that this is such a small company that for all practical purposes, it might as well be a secret. So few people know about it. But they signed this deal in 2020 with Tesla to provide Tesla with 160,000 tons per year of lithium. So this is a lot of lithium we're talking about here. The theoretical value of all this lithium, let's say they actually were able to deliver this 160,000 tons at 17,000, which is, the average price right now. Who knows where the price is going to be 1 or 2 or 3 years from now? It's like $2.7 billion, $2.7 billion. So we're talking about a lot of money and a lot of lithium. So a few days ago, being that this stock is in our gold tier at ATG Digital, I noticed that the company put out an update. January 3rd, this company and Tesla quietly doubled the term for this deal. In other words, effectively doubling the value of this deal. So 2.7 billion, say again, the price is still the same. This deal is worth now in excess of $5 billion. And this company is currently not worth $100 billion. I mean, this is a small company. This is a small company. I know you want to know what the stock is, right? Because, hey, that's how you're going to make money, right? And that's the only reason why you're watching this channel. I get it. I get it. That's okay. All right. No teasing. Here it is. It's a stock called Piedmont Lithium with the ticker symbol PLL. And some details about Piedmont Lithium. Market capitalization, which is the stock price multiplied by the number of shares. And I tell folks all the time, the stock price is one thing, but the stock price by itself does not give you that much information. You also need to know the number of shares so you know the size of the company. And the other thing that's important is the size of the opportunity. For example, I've said that lithium is a gigantic opportunity because we've got all these cars that are going to need lithium ion batteries. So pursuing a large opportunity within that context, 945 million is a fairly small number. So this is a small company relative to the stock market, and it's a small company relative to the opportunity that it is pursuing in lithium. It hit its 52-week high in March of 2021 with the market. It's about $89. 52-week low, $32 in July of 2022. But here's something interesting that tells you that these shares could be a good deal here. And remember, it's a $945 million company pursuing a contract. The original contract is worth theoretically $2.7 billion. And the way companies are valued is that they trade at multiples of their sales or profits. So 2.7 billion, if it's going to be valued at 3 times, would be well in excess of 6 billion. So that would be a 6xer. If it's going to be 10 times, be like a, a 10, $15 billion company. Seems unbelievable, but that's how the stock market works, which is that as the outcome starts to become more and more clear, people get confidence and they start to bid the price up. So it's interesting that when the original deal was announced on September 28th of 2020, the stock price hit $54. You'll see if you go back and look that clearly the deal was leaked out early and then the stock price goes up. And since then, it's been this range in $50 to about $90. But the reaction to the second deal, nothing. As if like, yeah, no difference. But it's a big deal because if they can keep going for 6 years, in other words, Tesla is telling you a few things. Number one, they signed the original deal in 2020, September 2020, and then it's nearly 2.5 years later, and they're like, hey, sign us up for 3 more years. Yeah, that means that, they're like looking out and be like, there's just not enough lithium out there. Let's grab this capacity. Let's capture it. Let's make sure that we get it. And then for Piedmont Lithium, it means that's 3 more years where they've got a guaranteed customer that they're selling into that's going to generate cash flows for them and potentially profits for them. And that gives investors confidence that Piedmont Lithium is going to generate sales and profits now 6 years out into the future. And that is going to lift the multiple of the stock. So why Piedmont Lithium in 2023? Because the deal to provide this lithium to Tesla begins the second half of 2023. So that means that if you're tracking Piedmont Lithium sales and cash flows, well, they're going to start starting the 3rd or the 4th quarter of this year. So they'll start to report it in September. But remember, the market looks forward. The market anticipates. And as they start to deliver, people will now start to build models. Well, they'll say, well, 2023 sales are going to be fairly small number, but 2024 is going to be a much bigger number. 2025 is going to be a large number and is going to be bigger. And then if you start to then also add in a rising lithium price, you can see that the sales growth is going to start to look good. And I can tell you, growth investors, they are crazy for sales growth. And that means that buyers are going to come in and want to bid the stock higher, looking forward and saying, hey, in 2024, the revenue is going to be X billion. 2025, it's going to be X billion. And we're willing to pay 3 times that, 5 times that, 7 times that. And that's the way stock prices get bid up. And then those bid up prices become gains in your account if you're in the stock. So bottom line, this video about lithium, one of the best ways to play it, in my judgment, is to own lithium processor called Piedmont Lithium, trading for about $52, $945 million market cap, has essentially a 6-year deal with Tesla, which based on current lithium prices, is about $2.7 billion. So at 5 times that, 10 times that, you're talking about making, I don't know, 5 times, 10 times your money, potentially. No guarantees. There's always risk in the markets. So as I mentioned earlier, what I'm doing, opinion, not investment advice, anything you choose to do with it, it's on you. If you like these kind of ideas, check me out at atgdigital.media, the Substack, or subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, and come back again next week. This is Paul saying bye.